In this video, we will share with you some valuable error dollar bills you might want to look for. There are many errors on newer paper currency. Some are very noticeable to the naked eye, some not. The basic rule in finding any errors on currency or coins is the same. You need to look for them. Also, check every bill or coin. Sometimes magnification is required to see them. Some might be visible to the naked eye, some might not. Some are obvious even if you don't have a huge knowledge about them. Some might require a little more homework, research, or both. So, without more explanation, let's show you some very good examples. This is a 1963 $1 Federal Reserve note from the San Francisco district. You can easily see the mirror image of the reverse design on the front or face of this bill. Now, this bill sold at heritage auctions for $900. Now, the next one is the printed fold error on a 69B Federal Reserve note from New York. Another obvious but super pricey error. This super cool bill sold for $1,880, but many similar ones have sold for a few thousand. Another very obvious and again pricey error is an over-inking variety that is actually a newer error for the collecting communities. This particular one is on a 2006 $1 bill from the Philadelphia district. The error is due to the fact that the Bureau of Engraving and printing plates are flooded with excess ink to test the printing press at the beginning of each shift. Now, these test sheets should be destroyed before the start of the regular printing production. But from time to time, some massively over-inked notes did and still do escape into circulation. Now, this cool error sold at auction for $2,880. The next one is also super cool. You can obviously see that something is wrong with this bill. But what? Well, it's missing the second print error, or if you like, you could say the first face printing. The reverse or back of the bill is complete. This Federal Reserve note was missing the date that it came from the San Francisco printing facility, and it sold at heritage auctions for $1,900. One of our favorites are the inverted printing errors. This Dallas 1988 A Federal Reserve note is in a very high condition, and it's sold for over $3,000. The condition, not just the type and rarity of an error, is important in the bill's value. Now look at this 1988 A $1 bill. Do you know what it is? A part of craft paper, and the tape is attached to both the back of the note and the craft paper. This type of an error is called retained obstruction error. It's very rare and very pricey. In this example, the $1 note sold for almost $5,000. Another fact that we need to mention in this video is the date on currency bills. The year on the bill doesn't mean that the note was printed that year. It could have been, but most of the time, the same year is printed on notes for many years until a change is made, usually due to new officials signing the bills. Now, check this out. It's a 2017 A $1 bill, a much newer Federal Reserve note that has mismatched serial numbers. The numbers on the left of the note do not match the numbers on the right side of the note. With mismatched serial number errors, most of the time, one or a few of the digits are off. But this bill is a mess. It recently sold at auction for, are you ready for this? $14,400. Wow, don't we all wish we could find bills like this, right? Now, we're in the middle of the video, but we do have a question for you. Is doubling possible on paper money, just like it exists on coins? What do you think? Please let us know later in the comment section below this video. What was your guess? We'll tell you now, though, the answer is sure, it's possible. This 1981 $1 note from Minneapolis has doubling everywhere on the face of the bill. This type of error is actually called a doubled print error. It was printed twice by two different plates. But what you need to know about this type of an error, the separation between the two prints is the key to its value. This magnificent error sold at auction for $4,800. As a reminder, you need to check both sides of the bill as well as its rotation. You need to know the position of the back of the note after flipping it. Otherwise, you could have missed this inverted back error. In this example, it's a 2001 note from the Philadelphia district. The note is in crisp condition and it sold for over $1,000. Another note that you might have missed if you don't pay attention or do not know what to look for is the web note. Web notes are named after the web printing production method of printing on continuous rolls of paper, which was an experimental run. To identify a note as a web note, look for the plate serial number at the lower right of the note's face. If it contains a number and no letters, you have a web note. Also, look at the position of the place number on the reverse. On a web note, the back plate number will be located just to the right of the word trust. It's very simple if you know what to look for, and very worth doing it. This heavily circulated 1988A web note sold at auction for $1,200. So as you can see, there's so much to look for on the newer bills. You need to check your change, but you also can always order new bills from your bank. This way, you stand a better chance of finding Federal Reserve notes in uncirculated condition. There is, of course, so much more that you can find on newer bills, but this video is already getting long. So please check out our other videos on paper money. Please don't forget to leave your comments below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.